Some people are lucky enough to have friends they've known forever, but what are the odds of friends becoming famous together? As crazy as that might sound, these idols were actually friends before they were famous. Spoiler, you'll never guess which ones absolutely hated each other at first. EXO's Kai and Hotshot's Timoteo. Kai from EXO and Timoteo from Hotshot have been friends for a long time. In fact, they became friends during their trainee days at SM Entertainment. Timoteo was almost a member of EXO, but left the agency. Even though they're with different agencies and debuted with totally different groups, Kai and Timoteo's friendship is better than ever. In fact, they're part of a group of idols that are all super tight with each other. Aside from Kai and Timoteo, other members of their friendship circle are SHINee's Taemin, 101's Ha Seung-un, and BTS's Jimin. They're so close that fans call the group the Friendship Parkas. As for how they got the nickname, it's because Taemin gifted all of them special parkas with a logo that represents their friendship. How cute is that? Big Bang's Taeyang and G-Dragon. G-Dragon and Taeyang have always been really open about their friendship. They were friends before they debuted in Big Bang together. G-Dragon and Taeyang met when they were only 12 years old. They were cast to be in Jinu-san's music video for AO. Taeyang made such an impression on G-Dragon when they first met that they were totally destined to be friends. G-Dragon once said, "When I first met Youngbae, he wasn't somebody I could just pass by. I thought to myself, who's this?" We quickly grew closer after that. We have just opposite personalities, so we never fought, even till this day. At the time, Taeyang wasn't even a trainee at YG Entertainment yet. He just officially joined the agency a month after filming the MV. Taeyang marched into Young Hyun-suk's office to find out why the agency didn't call him. After that, Young Hyun-suk was so impressed he made Taeyang a trainee. Thank goodness he did, because it helped make the friendship with G-Dragon even stronger. G-Dragon even said, "Now we look back on those times and we laugh and cry, because we were so young, we went through a lot of hard times. Those days as trainees must have been super tough, but at least they have good memories." A few years after they made it big in Big Bang, they got the chance to work closely together again. In 2014, they came out in a group called GDX Taeyang. They released the song Good Boy, and it was a huge hit. It topped Billboard's World Digital Songs chart and the Gaon Digital charts. Whether they're making music together or not, their friendship has remained the one thing that hasn't changed over the years. In fact, both of them have said more than once that G-Dragon is Taeyang's only friend because of how close they are. But actually, they're more than friends. They're like brothers. Mamamoo Wheein and Hwasa. Wheein and Hwasa are so close. Fans call them Wisa. As members of Mamamoo's Magneland, they're the babies of the group, but they've known each other the longest. The Wisa friendship began all the way back when they were in middle school. Hwasa and Wheein even have matching tattoos. If that's not commitment, what is? I stan. Because they grew to be best friends and had the same dream, they decided to audition together at the same company. They were grouped together and made their debut in 2014, along with groupmates Solar and Moonbyul in Mamamoo. It was meant to be. Both of them were determined to make their dream of becoming singers come true, but most importantly, they wanted to be together. Hwasa and Wheein have talked about how grateful they are that their agency took a chance and kept them together. When they appeared on TVN's Life Bar back in 2019, Hwasa told everyone, "We were determined to go to Seoul and become singers. It's not guaranteed that you'll be a singer just because you moved to Seoul. However, the now director at our agency allowed us to debut together." They're not the only ones who are grateful that their agency put them in the same group. Me and my fellow Moomoo's couldn't imagine Mamamoo without both of them in the group. Blackpink's Lisa and GOT7's Bam Bam. The friendship between Blackpink's Lisa and GOT7's Bam Bam is probably everyone's favorite. I mean, they've known each other since they were just little kids, and he's one of her closest friends. They used to be in a dance group together called Weeza Cool. Because of that, they got to perform together before they were idols. Even though they're both 97 liners, Bam Bam debuted with GOT7 first. That means he's her industry senior. But that doesn't mean anything when they're together. They're totally unafraid to show their friendship. Bam Bam also calls Lisa Nuna because she was taller than him when they were kids. Isn't that so cute? In a way, Lisa is pretty much like a big sister to him because their families are super close. I mean, his mom even used to visit Lisa when she was a trainee at YG Entertainment. While they're both super busy with their own group activities, they still keep in touch with each other through their Thai Idols group chat. And they support each other's appearances on TV and award shows. Honestly, we love to see it. Winners Mino and Blockbase Pio. Winners Mino and Blockbase Pio have been best friends since they were in high school, 12 years later, and it's just like they became friends yesterday. Pio even held on to his high school uniform because of his friendship with Mino. When he was on an episode of Mapu Hipster, Pio explained, "That's where I met Mino. It was the best school ever." And if you thought he was playing, he totally wasn't. Pio doesn't joke around when it comes to his friendship with Mino. In fact, he's actually really extra. If you need an example of his OTT behavior, Mino told the hosts of the radio show Burr Friends about what P.O. did for his birthday one year. After P.O. heard his best friend didn't have birthday plans, he sprung into action. P.O. got some of his closest buddies together for a surprise party at his house. But wait, that's not the extra part. He also sent cakes and flowers to Mino's mom to thank her for having his best friend. That's so sweet, it gave me a toothache. P.O. and Mino have the kind of friendship that we all deserve in our lives. Now, who wants to hang out? EXO's Dio and B2B's Hyunshik. EXO's Dio and B2B's Hyunshik have been friends since they went to a vocal academy together. Just like Mamamoo Hwasa and Wien, these two wanted to make their dreams come true at the same time. Dio explained that they would always say to each other, "Let's debut and meet again as singers." Dio debuted with EXO in 2011 and Hyunshik with B2B just a year later in 2012. After their debut, Dio couldn't hold back his praise for his bestie. He said, "The feeling I get when I meet Hyunshik at music programs is indescribable." They're so close that Hyunshik even listed Dio as his closest celebrity friend. On the other hand, Dio answered no one for his profile, which confused fans. So one brief XOL asked him to explain during a fansign event. Dio told the fan that he was told he had to pick someone from the same agency, so he chose no one. He quickly explained that he was still very close to Hyunshik, and fans everywhere could finally breathe again. Jeonsomi and AB6IX's Daehui. Jeonsomi and AB6IX's Daehui first met when they were both in middle school, and they even trained together at JYP Entertainment. Funny enough, they didn't even like each other at first. Somi thought Daehui was a nerd. Meanwhile, Daehui thought Somi wasn't approachable. Even though their first impressions were bad, ended up being good friends. Both Somi and Daehui left JYP Entertainment, but they've remained friends over the years. In fact, when Daehui turned to Somi for help when he was struggling in the beginning of his career, Somi was so supportive of him that she even cried when he was one of the winners of Produce 101. She also went to 101's debut concert undercover, so she wouldn't take any attention away from her friend. Their friendship is so special that Somi even inspires the songs that he writes. Netizens usually have a lot to say about men and women K-pop idols being friends with each other. But in this case, they just can't get enough of this wholesome friendship. You know your friendship is powerful when even netizens are your side. Block B's Zico and Pakhyung. Many K-pop fans know Zico as a soloist, so newer fans might not remember that Pakhyung and Zico debuted in Block B together. Zico is actually the group's leader, but did you guys know that they were childhood friends too? They've been best friends for so long that there isn't anything these guys don't know about each other. In fact, Zico often gets credit for Pakhyung becoming an idol. Basically, Zico was the only trainee at his management company, so he was lonely. During an interview, he revealed that he thought about fulfilling his dream with his best friend, so he invited him along for the ride. I guess that was the beginning of something awesome for both of them. When Zico didn't re-sign with Block B's agency, Pakhyung was very sad about it. He made a post that seemed like he was talking about Zico on Instagram, saying stuff like, "Why are you by yourself?" Even though Pakhyung was pretty broken up about his bestie not re-signing with the agency, he's always said that Block B is 7 members, and it's true. But it feels good seeing him clear up any misunderstandings to protect his best friend. These guys also don't hesitate to show their love for each other. Earlier this year, when Zico's Any Song topped the charts, Pakhyung gave a shout out to his buddy for the accomplishment. Is there anything better than seeing kings supporting other kings? GOT7's Jinyoung and JB. Jinyoung and JB first met at an open audition for JYP Entertainment, where they became a team. They placed first out of 10,000 applicants, eventually becoming trainees at the agency. Before their official debut with GOT7, they were part of a duo called JG Project. They released a single called Bounce in 2012, and it reached over 1 million views on YouTube in just 2 days. It wasn't until 2 years after JG Project that they hit the scene with their internationally famous group. During those 2 years leading up to their official debut, they had lots of time to get to know each other and become really close friends. These two are so close that they have no problem about being real with each other, even if that means they have to fight. When they made an appearance on Yoo-Hyeol's sketchbook, the boys even revealed JB and Jinyoung can get so intense when they argue that it leads to collar grabbing. Okay, but that's kinda hot though. Am I right, you guys? No? Just me then. Anyways, their arguments always end up being resolved, even if the other members have to step in to help. Well, if you can't argue with a best friend, then who can you argue with? It's pretty awesome that they're able to work out on their disagreements. It means that they have a healthy friendship. Twice's Nayeon and GOT7's Bam Bam. Both Nayeon and Bam Bam are from JYP Entertainment, so it's totally normal that they'd be good friends. Back in 2016, they revealed that they'd been close for 6 years, from back in their trainee days. Nayeon even joked that it's thanks to her that Bam Bam grew taller. She explained that she's been buying him milk since he was just a little kid. Bam Bam made his debut with GOT7 in 2014 and Nayeon with Twice in 2015. But even though they're both busy with their own groups and schedules, they still make time to tease each other when they can. Like, if you totally can't embarrass your sibling, then what's the point of living? Just like any older sister, Nayeon planned a little prank on Bam Bam with her groupmate Junghyun at the 2019 Gayo Daechukjae. Basically, they wanted him to be front and center during a moment on stage. They even planned it out with his groupmate Jin Young, who stepped out of the way to make sure that it happened. Bam Bam was obviously embarrassed by getting hyped up so much, but hey, it was all done out of love. Miss A Suzy and Laboom Soyeon. Did you know that the nation's first love, Miss A Suzy and Laboom Soyeon, have been friends forever? Well, it's true. Soyeon told a host of Weekly Idol that her and Suzy went to the same school together when they were kids. They were classmates from elementary school all the way until middle school. Even though they were from different agencies, Suzy and Soyeon were really close during their trainee days. They talk a lot and even hang out together. Suzy's group, Miss A, debuted in 2010, while Laboom followed several years later in 2014. After their debuts, they weren't able to keep in touch, especially because Soyeon didn't have a phone for a while. But they say the strongest friendships are with the people that you don't need to talk to every day, and that's definitely true in this case. Although they couldn't meet or hang out, they always showed love for each other's music. When Laboom came out with their track Imagine More, Suzy recommended it to the fans and immediately shot it to #1 on the Melon charts. Nowadays, it seems like they keep in touch through social media. I love that they were able to reunite after all those years. Blackpink's Jennie and Twice's Nayeon. If there are two idols in the industry who are friends with everyone, it's definitely Blackpink's Jennie and Twice's Nayeon. So it totally makes sense that these total queens are friends with each other. Even though these talented girlies are from different agencies, they've known each other since they were trainees. They used to hang out with each other and even go out to dinner with their fellow trainees. Jennie and Nayeon debuted just a year apart. Twice was formed in 2015 after the reality TV show 16. Meanwhile, Blackpink started snatching hearts in 2016. Both Blackpink and Twice are considered two of the top girl groups right now, and even though sometimes there's a friendly competition between their fandoms, it's all love, guys. They never let anything get between them. In fact, many Kpop fans consider them the ultimate friendship goals. Which idol friendship is your favorite? As for me, it's too hard to pick. I love them all. Anyway, let me know what your thoughts in the comment section below. Bye!